Hey everybody, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So I got this in a few days ago, but it was so warm here that I figured I would wait for a cool day. So it got down in the 30s last night, and you all know my studio is in my basement. So my basement's much cooler. So I figured we'd use this today because it's supposed to get back up in the 80s, and I wanted to be able to use this before, it gets too hot again. So this is going to be such a game changer for me in the winter because, like I said, my studio is in my basement. I do have heaters down here, but I usually just keep my craft room, my actual studio part, warm, and everything else is stored on the outside, which I keep that area cooler. So my resin gets cool and it makes a ton of bubbles. So this is the Resiners preheater. So we're going to heat up some resin and we're going to test this out. So I have not tried it. I just pulled it out of the box just to, save on some time. And let's see, I gotta move some stuff here because it doesn't have an extremely long cord. It's long enough, but for where I'm working, I need to move it over just a little bit to be able to plug it in. Okay. So it is plugged in, and as you can see, the face lights up. My goodness. Oh, it's going to be one of them days, guys. So now it's just shut off and the light is blinking, showing it's plugged in. On the inside, I don't know if I can get it on camera or not. Oh, right there. See, there's a 600 and an 800 with a little line. So this is your min and max water, is from what I can see. So you can do bottles, you can do cups. Let me see. Am I going to be able to fit in two of those? Probably not. Oh, no. So those size cups won't work, but this one will. So what I did is I pulled out my dinosaur egg with the dinosaur in it. This holds 15 ounces, so I'm going to make up 16. I also pulled out my mini frog and mini axolotl. So I'll have, I can put some extras in that. So let's just kind of go through this so we all have an understanding. So you can go from 20 minutes to 120 minutes. The temperature range is between 30 and 70 degrees Celsius or 86 to 158 Fahrenheit. If your bottle says it works best at, say, 86 degrees, then I wouldn't put it any higher than the 86. It gives you your dimensions. So this is your cover. You have a silicone handle so that this doesn't get hot. This piece here that is called the bracket. Then you have your base and your control panel. So it is 7.3 inches wide by 7.3 inches deep, and it's 9.68 inches tall. So you have your countdown display, the real-time temperature display. Then you have your plus and minus buttons, which you can lower, or increase. Your time setting button here, your on off, and this is the temperature setting button. So it's pretty, you know, self-explanatory. So basically you put your stand in there. Yep, and I have it with the little feet going down. So you can put your bottles, you can use epoxy resin, UV resin, or silicone rubber into this with the proper amounts of, it says purified water. I don't have purified water. I've got regular water. So then you're going to plug it in. You're going to set your time and your temperature to initiate the heating process. It should not exceed 50 degrees Celsius or 122 Fahrenheit. Then you remove your bottles from the liquid, wipe away any water, and then commence to your project. So pretty straightforward. It does even say, I looked it up on Amazon, and you know how they have like a video clip, and it says you can also put your pre-mixed resin in here to help debubble it. So that's a thing too. All right, so we are going to, obviously we've got to get our resin poured out so that we can get that in there. And let me grab some water. I've got my jug of water. And got to get 2 cups. So 15, 16. This is going to be too small. Let me... We're going to do 8 ounces of each. I'm going to have to do it in the cups, and I'm hoping they don't float. It should be heavy enough that they don't. So let me get my gloves here. And we are going to pour 8 ounces of each. And then I figured what I'll do is while that is heating up, well, I guess we need another glove. We will get our mold right here painted. Because I'm going to try the chrome powder on them this time. I haven't used the chrome powder because this is a matte mold. So I wanted to see what the chrome powders would look like. And then I have my mixer here. So once it comes out, we will pour it in a bigger cup, and then we will mix it to see where the bubbles are at. All right, so this is part A of the Let's Resin epoxy resin. So I'm just going to pour that to the 8 ounce. All right, we're at 8 ounces. And now we will do part B, and we'll pour this at 8 ounces. Okay. Now, the only thing it doesn't say is like how long to heat it. It's the only thing it doesn't say. And it does say that the base will remain hot while it's cooling down when you're done using it. So yeah, it doesn't say how long to let it warm up. So I don't know. We'll find out, guys. All right, so I'm gonna move this here. And we're gonna put our 2 cups in here. Okay, so now I've got to pour some water, and I'm just going to move these so I can see those lines in the back. So that's the 600 mark. And we'll go to the 8. So that's the maximum water depth that they recommend. And now I'm gonna slide these back in here. And this cover fits nice and snug. All right, I'm going to pause this and I'm going to bring you down so that you can see the front while I do the time, because I've never turned this thing on. So hang on. Okay. So the light is blinking that it's on. So let's set the temperature. Let's see. All right, so then you set the temperature, and how do no, we're gonna shut it off. Start it. Temperature. So that's at 70 Celsius, and I guess we will do, there we go. Let's do 10 minutes. Okay. Now is it going? Is it working? And then, all right, so I guess do 10, we'll do 70. So I guess that's it. So, okay, just climbed to 21 degrees Celsius. And I don't know Celsius at all, so let's see, 70 Celsius is probably 158. So that's like the max. And let's see, I'm going to turn this temperature down to guess 50 degrees Celsius. So that's kind of between the 30 and the 70. And then we'll just let it go. And then once it's done, I will be back and we will see. So, and that's that in there with the water. It's very quiet. You like don't even hear it. So I like that. All right, so I'm gonna put you back up on my overhead and then we'll continue with the project. Okay, so I'm just gonna slowly move this to the side so we can still see it. And let's get these guys painted. All right, so these are the chrome powders. Let's see. So this is the one with the little sleeping dragon here. Let's do the crystally part in this purple color. But before I do that, I want to do the egg. And I do have a few pieces of clear resin in here. So I thought I got them all out. I mean, it will just look like, you know, little things on it, but if I can get them out, that will be even better. All right, I am going to take the temperature, the time up rather. All right. So we're at 27 degrees and we got 14 minutes left on that. So, all right, so we're going to do like the crystals and the purple. Let's do the dragon and the green. And let's do the egg in the royal blue. Because I think these colors will look good together. All right, so I'm gonna do the egg first because I think it will just be easier to wipe around the edge of the crystal. All right, so we said we're gonna do the egg in the blue. And let me get my big long brush here. And let me get my switching sponge from back here because we're gonna need this. All right, so I'm just gonna dip it. And the chrome powders don't seem to fly as much as the mica powders. I really, really like the chrome powder. So I'm just trying to get like right to that edge first. Just trying to go like around that edge. And I'm just gonna do that all the way around. And that way we might not have as much cleanup. So I bring it like here, and then I just kind of wiggle my way down to get to that edge. And I know it's hard to see, like up here, and then just wiggle to get to that edge. And you really, really want these burnished in. Now, actually, that would even make a pretty pattern. Just doing like the edges of them. So yeah, maybe next time that's what we'll do. We'll just kind of, instead of doing the whole egg, we will just do the high spots. I don't know if it will work, but we could try. Yeah, our weather is so crazy. We lit the wood stove last night, just a small, like more of a kindling fire, but we did that. And this morning, a little one. And then we're going to be back in the 80s this weekend. I'm like, oh my word. You know, and you can't get used to any temperature because it keeps going back and forth. It's crazy. And I can see there was still a few dry spots with some like resin dots, but it's too late now. It's covered over. I am not gonna fret over it. All right, so we have got our whole egg. I just want to make sure I get all the way to the end here. So I do have a little bit of cleanup on the crystal part. So I'm just going to grab a baby white. Because I think that might be the easier. Excuse me. All right, so I'm going to... And I mean, we're going to put a color over it, so it is not, you know, if there's a little bit there, it will just blend in with the other color. Now, I just wiped off some, so I'm going to put that back right when I'm seeing it, because if I don't, I'm going to forget. Okay. Just, and these crystally edges are hard because, you know, they're deep grooves. So yeah. All right, I think that's pretty good. Now I'm just getting any areas that I might have hit that I didn't want to. Now let's clean this off. There's a hair in there. Well, not a hair, but a bristle. There we go. Oh. Okay, so it's up to temperature. It just beeped, and it's showing 8 minutes left. And let me see. You can see the condensation in the cover. So the only thing is when I take that cover off, I'm going to pick it up and move it quickly because I don't want any water to drip in my resin. Let me wipe this. Let's do, I'm going to do the dragon next. Just because if we do get the green, we'll have the green and the blue with the magenta in the purple into the thing. But this is just this inside piece. So let's, hopefully we can minimize. And I'm leaning it this way, so if I get any of the green, it's going to go where the purple is, so I won't have any cleanup on that end. Because whatever color is touching the mold is what's going to show. So on this side, I don't have to be as careful. And I just want to make sure I get into those like little spine things. All right, and it's good. We don't even have any cleanup on our crystal area. So let's do the purple. Again, I'm going to wash my... So on this one, I don't have to worry, you know, about getting it everywhere because it's already, except for I just picked up blue and that's not what I wanted. Are you kidding me? Hang on. See what happens when I use too many colors. All right, so let's get our blue back on there. Clean this off. I got a green spot I gotta fix. I'm gonna put that right in there. Okay. And let me grab a couple Q-tips here. Some alcohol. And I'm gonna try my best I'm not gonna get it all. I already know that, but maybe we can get, you know, like a good amount of that out of there. Oh, I'm such an idiot. All right. I'm just fixing the green. All right. So now we're going to get the purple. Oh. And I got to fix because where I poked in it, it moved some of the powder off. All right, so now we can go in with the purple. And like I said, there'll be a little bit of the blue through there, but you know, it is what it is. But I love this brush because it's nice and long. So I can get into those like harder to reach places. All right. So we have got our little dragon guy all colored. All right, so we're going to use this color in our axolotls. Well, a little, because again, these are matte molds, so maybe, just maybe, this will, you know, kind of give it a shine. All right, and doing that color. Oh, we might as well do the frog in the green. And then, okay, so the machine just shut off. Did you hear that little beep? So we should be able to get our resin mixing here. So that timed out just right. Okay. Gonna move these out of our way. All right, so I'm going to slide this over just so you guys can see when I pick this up, and I'm just going to move it. And just wiping my cup so that when I pour them together, now this has like a little bit of a white on there. So I'm just gonna move this aside. I'm just gonna take this big cup. Let's get our spatula. So you can definitely feel the warmth in the resin. And I'm just gonna scrape all of that out. Move that aside. And get this one. And this is just a cup that I had mixed resin in before. It is all dry, but, and should put the big paddle on, hang on. Actually, I'm gonna switch mixers. I'm gonna use the Let's Resin one because it gives me the countdown of how many minutes is left. All right, so it's set on 4 minutes on the AI. Because I am going to put the black pigment paste in here. We'll just make it, it doesn't have to be black with the chrome powders, but we're gonna do the chrome, I mean the black. So you can definitely feel the, you know, the resin's warm. But it's not incorporating a ton of bubbles. There are a few in there. And I see something floating. I can get it come back to the top. I'll have to get it after. So what I'll do is I will probably run this through the debubbler for a little bit, just, you know, to make sure that we don't have a ton of bubbles. And I was just trying to reach where my pigment paste was because I had not pulled out my paste. Yeah, we'll just do the black. But yeah, I kind of tried to get a little bit more organized. All right, so we have like a minute and a half left. So I'm going to go ahead and put my black in while it's mixing. And that way, I know that's going to be mixed in really good. And then I'll hand mix it again, just to make sure. And then what I'll do is I'll let these sit for probably an hour, and then I'm going to put it in the Resiners curing machine. Guys, if you don't have that, you really need to get it. I love it. And that beeping is one of the reasons I don't use this as much. All right, and then I'll have to check for my opaqueness here. It looks kind of thin. get a stick. So now we're going to scrape our sides. And yeah, definitely we're going to add some more black. There we go. I'm just not good with my left hand, guys. So that warming machine is going to be a godsend. I do have a discount code in the description below, and I will put the link for the warmer as well. And the curing machine link is already in there. I keep that in there because I do use that all the time. You know what? I'm not even going to run it through because there doesn't look like there's really many bubbles at all. So we're just going to pour. We are going to just pour. I am going to give this a little spritz. Hopefully it doesn't rub off. I'm just going to stop there. Trying to get, because this mold is so stiff where the dragon is that you really can't squeeze it. Let me just take a pokey thing and just try to get the little spiny things. Okay. And then we're just gonna pour. And I am just gonna go around that outside edge. All right, so I'm gonna move this. Let's get our two little critters done. This one here, he has nothing to get trapped bubbles. This one, we've got to do the gills. So I'm just gonna I don't want no bubbles in my little gills. Got a little too much in him. I'm gonna have to scoop some out. When I was cleaning, I found these little bit of bigger spoons. So these are the ones that I had, and I just found, oh, sorry, I forgot to bring the camera back, guys. Oh my gosh. Wow. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'll have to pick that up after. All right, so Grab another one. And he's a little full too. Yeah, that's about right. That's a perfect. Okay. And let's see. We've got our butterfly. And let's see. I haven't done him in a chrome. Let's do a red butterfly. Just because we can. I love this red, which is why it's almost gone. I'm trying to make like different colored butterflies that I haven't made before. Okay. So pretty much got all of it. Okay. And let's give this guy a pour. Just making sure I get way down in there. The only spot that I ever get a bubble is in this area right in here. So I try to go extra on that. And this one doesn't have to be completely filled. Let me see here. I think we will have enough to do our little peacock. If I can find him. All right, well, let me find another mold. I'll get that poured, and then we will be back on demold, guys. Actually, I can probably pour it in here. because that looks like it's, yeah, we'll just put it in there. Yeah, get him nice and domed. All right, so get these wiped so I can take my gloves off. Let's give these guys a little spritz. There. All cleaned up for the next project. Okay. So now I will see you back on demold. Alrighty guys, these are all cured. All right, let's get the little guys out first. And hopefully we didn't get no bubbles in his little horns or his whatever, the gills. Oh my gosh, come on. I can't even get this. This little guy is usually easy to unmold. There we go. Wow. All right. Yay, we've got no bubbles. So he does look a little bit shinier with the chrome powder. All right, let's see Mr. Froggy do. Why are these so difficult tonight? These are usually like pop right out. My goodness gracious. All right, so definitely got some overage on his little tuttos. Oh. All right, so I got supper cooking, so I can't take too long on this. There we go. My goodness. Oh, he came out cute. Nice and shiny. All right, let's see, the butterfly. Oh. Now, that was red, but look, he came out like, it looks kind of red in the thing, but it's more of like a bronzy. It's really pretty. Yeah, so this mold here with the butterfly, you definitely, if you cover it with, and I got stickies everywhere. Hang on, guys. Got my arms in resin. All right. done a couple of projects today, and I didn't change my thing, so I'm just trying to not get the resin on my skin if I can help it. All right, so we've got those out, and so far no bubbles, knock on wood. Let's see how this guy turned out. I can't even remember what's the easiest way to get this guy out. Oh, I'm thinking if I can just flip it. There we go. All right, I'm gonna have to go off camera for a minute, guys. I gotta put it in my lap. All right, it's slowly coming, guys. Okay, so the red did stain. Whoa. A couple little tiny micro bubbles on some of the tips, but look at how cute that is. So I did pretty good with the coloring. And we get no bubbles in his little tip, so that's a good thing. Ugh, stickies. All right. So it definitely made a difference in the warming machine as far as bubbles, because I did not run this through the debubbler, remember? And the warmer is on sale right now, and I have a discount code, so I don't know if the two discount codes can be combined or not. Let's see. I'm thinking I want to do red eyes on this little guy. Let's just give him a little bit of something something on his little eyes. Oh. Whoa. My goodness. Talk about klutz. All right, so let me do a second coat. And let me take a little micro brush and a little bit of alcohol, and I'm just going to try to clean up just this very little bottom area. And that's not working. Actually, it kind of looks cool like that. Let me wipe that red off. Whoa. Let me just get that red off of here. And yeah, I think with that red just in the middle like that, kind of looks cool. Just like that. I think that looks kind of cool. And let's just give our little axolotl little guy here. Give him some little eyeballs. And now the frog doesn't really have like an eye shape, so I'm just gonna kind of put one in myself. There we go. Yeah. Just so he's got a little something something going on. And that does it for this video, guys. So don't forget, if you want to get the warmer, this right here, the link will be in the description below. And don't forget to take advantage of my discount code if you decide that you want to get it. So I will get some pictures and I will get that posted for you. I think that looks really, really cute. So, and what I'll do is whoever buys this will get these two just as an add-on. I don't know if I'm going to make them magnets or keychains as of yet, but you know, they might make cute little magnets for your fridge or whatever. School locker, I don't know. Alrighty, guys, I will see you on the next video. Bye.